Well, certainly this is going to be significant investigations by Congress into the actions of the FBI. This is so unprecedented, so outside the realm of anything that anyone has seen in history, where a sitting president's attorney general has approved raiding the home of the past president and possible future presidential candidate against the sitting president. This is something certainly that bears a high level of scrutiny, because it certainly rises to the level of significant constitutional questions of the actions of the president, the actions of the attorney general, and the actions of the FBI director. So I sent a letter to the Director Wray demanding that he disclose to Congress the national security threat, the basis for which he ordered this raid, because certainly it must rise to a national security level threat for the FBI to raid a former president's home. And one thing we have to keep in mind here is that, Donald Trump has in his head, more classified material than he's ever going to have in his desk. So to send aid, FBI to raid his home, to look at the documents that are there, is certainly unprecedented. Secondly, the President of the United States has the ability to classify or declassify documents. So just because they're labeled classified doesn't mean that something substantively is classified. The archivist certainly isn't the one that makes that decision. So for the reports to be that the president has classified material because the archivist said so is really laughable. And this certainly rises to the level where I think Americans are very, very concerned. What's happening with the Department of Justice? What's happening with the FBI? Well, the allegations here is that this is about classified information, and certainly that classified information, its contents, falls under our committee, as do operations for the FBI, certainly in any counterintelligence operations. There's been allegations that the portions of the FBI that were engaged in this may have been the counterintelligence department and officials. The concern also that we have here is what the archivist supposedly began this by a criminal referral to the FBI. We want to know what was in that criminal referral. We've demanded that Wray turn that over to us, as we have to the archivist itself. We're also asking for, what did the FBI send to the court? What did they say they were going to find? Why was there a risk that this had to rise to the level of a warrant as opposed to just a subpoena and then a negotiated process between the president, the archivist, and the FBI? And then also, what did they find? We want an inventory of what they actually took from the president's house, so we can see whether or not this actually even matches to what they said they went into the president's house for, and how many things they took that were actually related to the president's personal affairs, because that certainly is the highest level of concern here, is that the FBI is breaching someone's own personal privacy, and all the way to the level of a former president of the United States, which certainly could be perceived as political.